Okie dokie. Welcome to Team Miracle Finders call for Tuesday, May, 26th? Yeah, May 26th. Look at that. I even got the date right. So glad you guys could all join us tonight. Laurel is going to be talking about how to get people from one social media platform over to your Facebook page and converting them over to be challengers. So I know some of us are trying to get like pages going or YouTube or blogs or whatever. Laurel does a great job with her like page. I tried a like page and totally bombed it, failed, and yeah, it's just like sitting out there doing nothing. So that's a project for in the future for me. So Laurel is going to talk about that tonight because she's actually successful with it. So and hopefully that will help some of you who are looking at starting a like page. So let's start it out with some shout outs with Success Club points. So right now for me, I have Claire as sitting at 6 Success Club points.
Yay!
5, yay! And I have Clarabelle at Success Club 8, and I know she is on her way to 10. And I did hear from Bridget tonight, and she should be on the board with 2. So it's not showing up yet, but it should be soon. So we got some Success Club points on our books, and let me see. Current week, let me see if I have any like crazy volume. No crazy volume yet this week, so no worries about volume. Okay. Laurel, you got some shout outs for us?
I do. Miss Antoinette is at Success Club 4.
Woo!
And Michelle is at 2.
Yay!
And Sonia is at 2 as well. Congratulations, ladies.
Good job, ladies.
And I just want to call my mom out on all her effort that she's putting in. I don't know. I saw some people asking you on your invite. I saw Miss Tree asking about joining you. So Mom is actually getting some traction, and you might be on your way to Success Club too.
Awesome.
So congratulations on all of your effort. You're doing a really great job, and I'm really proud of all of you.
Yeah, sounds like everyone's doing great. Okay, cool. So if you're going to Summit, you guys should have gotten an email today that outlines that now what they're going to be doing is having us sign up for sessions ahead of time. And that's because, Beachbody is growing, which is a great thing. And there's going to be so many awesome Beachbody coaches at Summit that we actually, they don't want anything to get overwhelmed with coaches or sold out and people not be able to get to where they want to be.
Like last year.
Instead of having to wait in these ridiculous lines and fight people, you're just going to sign up ahead of time. So Laurel and I were talking about it earlier today, and we're going to schedule a call before June 15th for people going to Summit where we can sit down and map out who wants to go to what sessions and kind of spread ourselves out as a team so we can kind of, divide and conquer. And that's also going to be like our deadline for getting orders in for all of our Summit swag, because we are getting together some awesome gift bags for anyone who joins us at Summit this year, and you're not going to want to miss it. So make sure that you let us know by, I think we're going to do the call, we didn't set a date yet, but it has to be before June 15th, so in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, registration is on June 15th, so we want to do it before then. Yeah. Because what I would like to do is, they didn't give an exact time, so I'm assuming it's going to be open right away. There's almost part of me that wants to stay up until midnight just to refresh my screen and register right then. And that's pretty dedicated because Shannon, I'm normally in bed at 8 o'clock. So,
I can do that easily, but Laurel, heck no.
So I want to, because registration is going to go quick. And I want to register for that size workout, dang it. So
I'm gonna a complete moron, so I'll let you do size. I won't take someone's spot who could actually do it and enjoy it.
Yeah, because you can only register for one celebrity trainer workout on each day. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about all that on the summit call. We don't want to hog up the whole call with that stuff. What's that, Buttercup? Sorry. What's going on?
I need some ice, and it's all cluttered together.
The ice?
Yes.
Oh, that thing is messed up.
Very.
Sorry, keep talking.
Okay, you're good. Do your mom thing. Okay. So yeah, so we'll schedule that call. We also wanted to remind you guys, go ahead. We are opening up that other challenge group for June 1st. To help get everyone to Success Club, because we know we're all pushing very hard. So make sure, post your transformation pictures. If you don't have one to share yet, post. You can use ours. You can go to the Beachbody website. I'm going to mute you for 1 second. You can go on there and find their transformation pictures and use them. But facts tell, stories sell, right? So you want to get those stories out there of how Beachbody has helped you, has helped people that you care about, and helped others. So on June 1st, we will be opening up that other challenge group, and we'll be putting out a schedule tomorrow of all of the groups for June. We'll still be doing also our free clean eating group on June 1st. Or actually, Laurel, did you want to push that back since we haven't really advertised it yet?
Yeah, I was going to say I'm so focused on trying to round up challengers for June 1st still that I kind of would like to push that back maybe a week.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll push that back a week so that we can get our challenger set up in the June 1st group and then get going into our free clean eating group. But we'll put a schedule out. And we are definitely opening up a Coach Basics tomorrow. And so if you have any new coaches to add to that, we'll post the link in the group for a new Coach Basics starting tomorrow. Okay, so I think that's all the housekeeping stuff we needed to go over. And I just posted a video on the Miracle Finders page of how to go diamond in 7 days, which I watched at lunch today, and it was like awesome. So you guys definitely should watch that, because honestly, I don't know that you could do it in 7 days, but it's a great strategy of how to go diamond like pretty quickly. So, okay. So Laurel, I'm going to hand it over to you. Go ahead and tell us how to use this dang like page that I cannot get off the ground.
Okay. So I started my like page, fairly like right after I signed on as a coach. Well, not right after, it was probably a few months after, but one piece of advice that I can't remember what coach, I listened to so many coach YouTube videos and stuff, but some amazing top coach said was, there's so many social media platforms now that it can be like overwhelming. And so one thing that you should do is find one, whether it be a Facebook page, a like page, or an Instagram account, or Pinterest, or a blog, or YouTube, or whatever, and master it. And then move on to the next one. Because when you're trying to get all of these different platforms off the ground and you still don't have an understanding of how they all work, it's going to be really overwhelming for you. And they all work, they all work differently. Like your audience on Facebook is going to be different from your audience on Instagram. Yeah, you're going to have a few of the same followers. Like you might have, once people start to get to know you better on Facebook and they see that you have an Instagram, they're going to go over and follow your Instagram too. But for the most part, like the Instagram audience is they want different things than the Facebook audience does. Facebook audience likes, Facebook, you have posts where you read these long posts. They like to read your story. They like to engage in that. Instagram is ADD. So you have to be kind of a good photographer. Like they want They want to see a good photo that's going to reach out to them, and they're going to, you know, they just want to like it and keep moving. They don't want to read a whole long crazy thing. And so it's all different. Instagram, I have not mastered yet. I've been talking about wanting to for a while now. And so I'm so close to actually signing up for Shailene Johnson's Instagram Academy. I haven't bit the bullet yet, but I'm close to it because I just can't figure that damn Instagram out. So I'm going to talk to you more about my like page, because that is something that I've actually had success with. And when like my first customer ever that was outside of my warm market, as we call it, was a stranger off of my like page. And I was just like, oh, this is like some random person who bought a challenge pack for me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're not even in my warm market. And it was like such a cool like accomplishment for me to do that. And so with that said, I see that a lot of you guys are starting like pages, and that's kind of why we wanted to talk about that tonight. The first thing I want to talk about is building up a following. How do you get more than, 80 followers? Like, of course you start your page and it says invite people to like your page. And so you invite your friends. And so that's like 80 of your 500 friends are going to like it. And you're like, thanks a lot, you jerks. And I just invited all 500 of you, and like only 80 of you like my page. And that's okay. And then, you're going to have your friends and family who are going to share your page and help support you. And that's great. That's going to get you up to like 100. One thing that you're going to start seeing that I did for a while, and I'm actually going to advise against, and I'll tell you why in a minute, is page owners will do things like Fan Page Friday, and they'll interact with each other to do share for shares and, stuff like that. And what that is so like on Friday, you'll see a page, like a fitness page that says, oh, it's Fan Page Friday. Post your page below, and then everybody go to my comment thread and like and share each other's pages. And that's great because page owners are all helping each other out. And I'm not advising against that. But the thing about doing Fan Page Fridays and share for shares where, like other fitness, so I might say Shannon and I weren't like personal friends or whatever. Let's say we met through our fitness pages. And she might come to me and say, hey, I'm trying to boost up my likes. Can you give me a shout out? And I'll say, sure. So I'll go ahead and mention her in a comment, and I'll say, go check out this page. It's great. And then she might do the same for me. And so, it does boost likes. The only problem with that is I have found, like, I'm up to like 3,800 likes or something like that, 3,700. I don't know. I don't even count anymore. But I got there by doing things like that. And what I have found by doing that is it's not my target audience. It's somebody else's target audience. So now I have a bunch of followers on my page who don't even really give a crap about what I'm talking about. They just liked my page because I liked theirs, or because one of their friends gave me a shout out and they were just being nice and hit like. But it's not a quality following. Like, I have like maybe half of my followers are what I call quality followers, because you're going to see the more followers you get, you'll start to take notice of the people that are liking your posts, and, like you'll start to see names pop up of, oh man, that girl's really following me hardcore. And so a lot of my followers right now are not quality. They're not like my target audience. They're not people that care what I have to say. And they're not really quality followers because I did it the way where it was free and I wanted to save money. I didn't want to pay to boost my posts. But here's what boosting your post does. And boosting your post is an investment in your business, you guys. It sucks to have to pay money to do it, but in the long run, it's not that much money. And what it does is it gets you people who actually want to hear what you have to say. So you make a really good post telling your story, and don't boost like, don't put up like a picture of like, some inspirational quote with you doing a plank, or, well, if it's you doing the plank, that's different. But like, don't just take like some random inspirational quote off of Google and pay to sponsor that, because people see those all day long when they're on Facebook. Like, that's not something that's going to really reach out to people. What's really going to reach out to people is, you putting up a workout video, or you putting up a picture of yourself, or, whatever, and giving a good story. Like, take a good minute, or even if it takes you 2 or 3 days to write, like, a good story that's a good 2 or 3 paragraphs. And by paragraph, I mean maybe 2 or 3 sentences, not like a long 10 sentence paragraph, but 3 breaks on your story or whatever, and just tell it good, and then sponsor it, pay to boost it. And that is an investment in your business. And what it's going to do is, when you pay to boost it, Facebook is going to allow a lot more people to see your posts. And what they're also going to do is they're going to give you an option to put your exact target audience. These are the people that I want to see this post. And so Facebook is going to say, all right, and they're going to find those people for you, and those people are going to see your posts. Now, that's not going to convert them to challengers right away, but it is going to convert them to liking your page. So now you're starting to build a quality following. Boost 1 post a week, maybe 2. So that's how you start to get followers. And then what happens is, you're going to see, like, people will start randomly liking your page because their friends liked your page. And so how sometimes you'll see on Facebook, like I might see Shannon Story liked this post. And so if someone sees, oh, my friend liked On My Way from Fat to Fit's post on her like page, well, hey, that's a pretty cool post. I'm going to like it too. And now I'm going to go to her page, and I'm going to go and like her page so I can see more of her posts. And then when that person starts liking, then so on and so forth. But the way to get there without getting like a low quality following is by boosting your posts. And I started getting a lot better following when I started doing that. Like I said, half the followers on my page, I've got like 3,800 of them, and maybe I'm lucky if half of them actually care about what I have to say. So
Laurel, how much do you spend, like on average, boosting a post? Do you say, like, each month or each week?
Monthly, it averages out to about $50-$60. And it depends, because you can like change, like you can say, I want my limit to be, the most, you can tell them, like, the most I'll spend on this post is, let's say, $50. Now that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to spend $50. It means, like, and then you're going to tell them after that, you're going to say, okay, the most I want to spend is $50. And then it's going to ask you, well, how many days do you want this post to go for? So you can say 14 days, and then they're going to say, okay, well, you're spending, 6 cents a post or whatever, or 6 cents per day, or whatever, however they do the math. And then once like that certain target number of people is reached, they're going to say, okay, your ad is done running. So your 5 days is up. We've reached the amount of people that you targeted. And then they send me a little receipt that says, all right, you spent $14 on this post. Even though I said, like, my max would be 50, it may not be, they're not going to charge me 50. It just depends on how many people engage, how many views it gets. And that's all according to Facebook's algorithms. But you can put a cap on it. You can start out with saying, I just want to spend $7 just to do a test run and see how boosting your post goes. The most that I invest on is when I do really smaller amounts when I put just a regular post up. Like, if it's just a post up that I'm boosting just to gain followers, I do smaller amounts. I tend to put a little bit more into when I do a challenge group application. So for instance, I put up an advertisement for a challenge group for our June 1st challenge group. And I made it a 5-day run since we're getting close to May 31st. And I ended up getting 10 applications from that post, from boosting it. So 10 applications is pretty good. Now, granted, I've spoken to 3 of those people and they've all said no, but hey, those people are now on my Facebook page. So, and here's what I was going to say too. When you do your challenge group applications, first of all, just so you know, never, ever, ever do a before and after picture, because Facebook will deny that. They don't allow you to do a before and after picture and boost it as an advertisement. Just because they don't know if it's false advertising or not. Like, they don't know if you actually got those results, if that body is actually yours and you're claiming that it is. It could technically be false advertisement if you're not posting your own results or whatever, so they don't mess around with it. So that's something just to keep in mind. But so what I do with these people that, they'll apply to my challenge group, and, I'll talk to them. And like I said, I end up getting no's. It's no different from private messaging people and, and inviting that way. Like, just because people apply doesn't mean they're going to say yes. But what it does is it streamlines the process, because what I do is I take this, I print out their application, and I just write it, word for word, I have their entire application right here. And so then I put their name and their phone number right here. I put the time of day that they said is good for me to call them. And so then on the back, I just take notes, and I put okay, I text her at 5:26 today, I text her. Then once I get on the phone with her, I take notes. She works as an operations assistant. She works a 9-to-5 job. She has worked with a personal trainer before, et cetera, et cetera. So now I have all these notes. She said no. So what do? I take this. I'm a paper girl. I've been trying to do Microsoft Excel, and I'm just a paper girl. It's just who I am. So I started going back to basics with paper. So what I do, I take this application and I stick her in the no file. When I talk to her on the phone, I said, you know what? I'm sorry that this just doesn't seem like the right fit for you. She was the one that I was just on the phone with that said, I don't like videos. I'm not into it. I'm not going to do it, blah, blah, blah. So finally I said, it's not going to be the right fit for you, and that's okay. What I would love is if you send me a Facebook friend request so we can add each other on our personal pages, and I can still help keep you motivated, and we can keep each other, we can just keep in touch. So no, I didn't get a yes out of that challenge group application. Yes, I spent an hour on the phone with this girl, but I made a new connection, and it just means not right now. So now I have 10 people from that post that, some potentially might sign up, some might not. But either way, I was able to reach a lot more people by boosting that. So again, it's just an investment in your business. Then once you start to get followers, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're sharing your story. Just like Shannon said earlier, stories sell, facts tell. I see Beachbody coaches who have pages, and they will post nothing but Beachbody advertisements all day, every day. And even I look at their pages and I'm like, scroll, scroll, scroll. I don't want to see that. I don't even want to look at that. Get it out of my face. I don't care about that. It doesn't speak to me. And I'm a Beachbody coach, and I love Beachbody. And I see that and I'm just like, ugh. And so I've even seen one coach who got so frustrated. She posted on her page, she was like, I've lost so many likes in the past few days, and it's probably because I'm a Beachbody coach, and you guys just don't like me because I'm trying to sell you stuff. Don't do that. Yeah. Do not do that. Yeah. I went to her page and I was like, well, I didn't unlike you before, but I'm unliking you now. So Facebook is funny that way. Stories tell. So, you want to make sure that you're getting at least 2 posts a day up on your page. And I slack on it. Sometimes I only get 1 up because I'm trying to do 3 on my personal page and, 3 on my like page. And now I'm trying to incorporate Instagram.
Like that's but the moral is like, what all do you, like, do you just put, like, if you're going to post something on your personal page, like a challenge group invite, do you just kind of copy and paste that same thing to your like page, or do you try to be original?
I try to be original. I feel like on my personal page, people know me, those are like my friends. Although now I am adding people that, I don't know, but still like those people see my personal posts. They can go into my photos and kind of get a sense for who I am. And so, with my personal invites, I do it a little bit differently, not too differently, but, for instance, like with this challenge group on my like page, I did, in fact, I'll read it to you, what I said word for word on it. And I just put a picture up of my face. That was it. It wasn't, it wasn't like anything crazy. It was just a picture of me. Of course, my computer is acting crazy right now.
And I just want to say, like, while you're looking for that, I just want to throw that out there to everyone that if you invite me to like your Beachbody like page and I don't like it, it's nothing personal. It's just that there's no benefit in me liking your like page is the way that I look at it.
No, that's not true though, Shannon.
No, and I hear that all the time, like, no, we need the likes so that more, and I get that. But at the same time, like, if all we have is each other, like other Beachbody coaches liking other Beachbody coaches like pages, like, I don't want that on my page. So.
Well, here's the deal though, because the more likes that you have on your page, whether like, how Facebook algorithms work, it's like, regardless, like if you have like, once you hit 100 likes on your page is when Facebook will start showing your page to other people. Like they won't even show your page, just like I was saying before, like how it'll show up in your newsfeed, like, oh, Shannon Sorey liked this post. It won't start doing that for you on other people's newsfeeds until you gain 100 likes yourself.
You just made that up.
No, I did not just
like people's like pages.
I did not just make that up. I've been studying this crap. I know this. So the more likes that you have and the more people who like and comment on your post, the more views you're going to get. Which is why it's important that you have good content on your page so that people do like and comment on it, because, the more people that like and comment on your post, the more people are going to see it and the more people you're going to reach.
I don't like everyone's page.
So what I said with this one, I just did something crazy. Okay. So what I said with this one, I just said, for 15 years, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was frustrated because I felt so alone in my journey. I've tried everything from wraps to pills to magic sprinkles and slimming teas, and I still found myself at 230 pounds with major depression, adult acne, low self-esteem, tons of back pain, and a terrible food addiction. Finding my support group was a game changer for me. For the first time in my life, I was surrounded by people who were going through the same struggles as I was, and suddenly my food addiction didn't seem so crazy. We provided each other support, and as a group, we gained the confidence we needed to get through the hard times and kick self-doubt in the ass. We were provided with easy to use tools and meal guidelines to simplify nutrition and make this lifestyle manageable. Now my adult acne is cleared up, my back pain is gone, I no longer take any medications, and I've lost 80 pounds. Most importantly, I've gained control of my life back. I'm looking for 5 people who are ready for true change. Fill out the application below to be considered. And that's it. So I literally just told my experience with a challenge group. I focus a lot on the support because I know that that's something that a lot of people need. So, and that's it. And then it was literally just a picture of my face and I just used word swag and said spring into summer on June 1st or something. And that was it. And I boosted it. So if you want quality following, boost the post once a week, once every other week. I mean, do it. I suggest once a week to get a good momentum of followers. And then every time you boost the challenge group application, this challenge group application that I put out, it got me 30 new followers on my page just from, not only did I get 10 challenge group applicants, but I got 30 new followers as well. So it really comes down to boosting and then making sure that you have that, quality following. You're putting out good content. You're sharing, your story. Don't be afraid to share stuff. Amy Silverman, one thing I love about her is she's so honest. One thing she talked about in one of her posts, I remember when I first started coaching and I saw her post where she talked about sex and I was like, oh my God. But she wasn't nasty about it. She just talked about how it was always uncomfortable for her and she always felt disgusting, and she basically hated it because she was embarrassed about the way she looked, and now how her sex life is incredible. She didn't go into nasty details, but it just went to show me oh wow, you can really talk about anything in this business, and you can really share every experience about your weight loss. Tell people how good it feels to be able to sit in a swing again for the first time since 5th grade or whatever, find all those little non-scale victories and share those with people. People eat it up. One day I posted a picture of myself with, 3 garbage bags full of clothes. And I said, I'm taking them all to Goodwill. And I got 300 people who were like, whoa, that's amazing. People love that stuff. They love to see that kind of stuff. So good content. And I still, there's still days where I'm like, trial and error. Don't get so caught up in I know this is going to sound okay, Laurel, you're going in circles here. Cause I'm good content, but don't get too caught up in the good content. Basically, you're going to find out what your good content is based off of, how people are reacting to your posts. So just post something, regardless of whether you think people are going to like it or not. If you think that you if you like it, then post it. And then if people are if nobody likes it and, nobody comments or whatever, then you see okay, maybe that's not the best thing for me to post. Obviously people aren't really that into that post, and then you kind of start to build off of that. So if you get, a really good post that you get a lot of likes on and you get a lot of feedback from, start doing posts that are kind of similar to that. Shailene Johnson says she actually saves all of her posts so that she can go back in and just kind of tweak them up a couple months later and redo the post with a different picture and just kind of reword it to where it's the same message, but it's just different wording, because she knows that people really ate that post up. So she saves it and says, all right, I'm going to do that again in a couple months. So those are just some tips for boosting your Facebook page. And then also always engage with people. Reply to each individual comment. It takes time out of your day, but it shows people that you actually care to take the time to reply to them. So just like we do on our Facebook page, if you put a post up about your weight loss and people are congratulating you and telling you look awesome, you're not gonna just not like that comment and not say anything. You're going to thank them for that. You're going to, okay, I'm trying to unmute you.
No, I can do it.
How do I, there we go. Okay. Clarabelle?
Yeah, I was just going to say one thing, I think it's a personal development thing that's so cool is that I've just felt since I've been doing coaching actively is that it really reminds you to be intentional with people. Like, it's so stupid when you're just liking stuff all the time. I'm not saying liking stuff isn't, like, it's so fun, and obviously it's a quick, like, oh wow, I like that, sure, like, that's fine. But I've noticed myself, like, when people actually post something that's really inspiring or nice, like, it actually, I'm so much more focused on making a comment of like, wow, that really impacted me in XYZ way, because I feel like it's so much more intentional that way. And before, I think I was like, oh, I don't have time to be writing comments on people's stuff, but it's like, yeah, you do. So let's take that one. So anyways, that just, when you just talked about that right now, like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and it's so true, because like there will be days where I'll post things, even just like the littlest things, like one day I was sitting there, I could not think of anything. You know what? That's right. I was like not feeling the way that I looked that day. I just wasn't having a good day. I didn't like any of them. I was sitting there taking selfies, and I was trying to come up with like the perfect post to put on my like page. And I was falling short, and I was like almost getting frustrated because I couldn't come up with this gorgeous top 10 picture and all this. And then I was like, oh my God, what the frick am I doing? So you know what I did? I took a picture, no makeup, no filter, nothing. And I actually wrote that. I told exactly that, you know what? I just sat here and I was going to try and put some inspirational caption. I was going to try and, do my makeup all beautiful. I was going to try and be like, somebody that I'm not for you guys. And instead I decided to be me. And so this is me, no makeup, no filter, no nothing, just a mom of a kid who's trying to make it by today, blah, blah, blah. And I got so many people who were like, oh my God, I needed that today. Like, thank you so much. I love you just the way you are. Like, we would rather see you, no filter, any day over. Like, they just thought it was so inspirational. And I really was just like putting it because I was like, God, I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know what to talk about. So I'm going to talk about what I'm feeling. And people love that. They love things from the heart. They love the real deal, raw, just stories. And just like Clarabelle said, when someone sees something really inspirational, that's really uplifting, they are going to take the time to comment. And what that does for you on your like page is, it gets you interacting with them. I have people that I've been interacting with for a year on my like page, and they are finally just now reaching out to me like, okay, I'm ready to join your group. And it's taken a year of me liking and commenting and replying back and forth and going back and forth. So your like page is not going to be some magic page that's just going to make you a top coach where you're going to get 1 million people who are going to sign up for a challenge group. What it means is it's just a platform for you to reach more people, to help. And you might not help them by getting them a challenge pack, right away and getting them into a group, but you are helping them just by inspiring them every day with your page. And there are people out there who need that in their newsfeed every day. So with that said, I know that we're going long, so I'm going to just really quickly. So what I do, as far as kind of converting them into my challengers is I do the, application where I boost my posts and I have people apply for my group. So there's that. Then I have people who will just message me and say, hey, I really love your page. I really want to, know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And then when they find out I'm a Beachbody coach, they're like, I don't want to do Beachbody. I don't like shakes. I'm like, okay, cool. I always ask them, but do you want to be friends anyway? And we can motivate each other? And they're like, sure. And so I add them on my personal page. Anytime that I interact with somebody through messaging, and when you're on your like page, you're not able to message other people. They have to initiate the conversation. But I'll even say like on my comments, like if someone comments on my photo or my post and they say, oh gosh, I just wish I could do what you're doing, like I'll comment and I just kind of nudge them gently. I just say, dude, you totally can do what I'm doing. Message me if you need any help. And then they'll message me. And even if they don't want to join a challenge group, I say, I have like probably 150 people on my friends list over the past year that I have gained just from my like page. And so, between them seeing my like page and seeing my personal page and seeing like, oh man, she's not just putting a front up on her like page just to be somebody, like she does this on her personal page too. Like this is her life. Like it really gives them a sense of who I am. And then it gives me the chance to be able to message them whenever I want, because on my like page, I can't do that. But once I have them as a friend on my personal page, I can. So just always like, you know, do those little gentle reminders when people, you know, say like, or when I talk about coaching, when I talk about quitting my job and people say like, oh, I wish I could do that too. Like, you know, I'll comment and say, let me know if you ever want to break those corporate chains, winky face, you know? And so little nudges like that over time and just being inspirational, people do come to you, and then you get them to your personal page, and then, you know, you go from there. So that's how I've been running my page for the past year. And it's been, you know, obviously not the most success. I definitely don't consider myself a master at it yet. I'm still learning. But, you know, I have been successful in gaining challengers from my like page. And that's something that I am pretty proud of, because it's hard work. it's kind of like a science. And so I'm just waiting on Mom to start her like page, because I feel like you would have a good one. Like the gardening Nani, just, I don't know. I just feel like my mom could have a really good page. I feel like it's time. I'm just saying.
I was just looking at my like page. I haven't been on it in forever, and I have 183 likes on it. So you're like way blowing me out of the water. But the last time I posted was January 16th. So
it's definitely, well, and that's the other thing too, is consistency, because what Facebook will do is if you're not posting like every day, Facebook will start to just hide your page from the world. So like, Shannon, if you're going to try and start to, well, you just started your page, Sonia. If you're going to start to, you know, start your page up again, you're like not going to see any likes on any of your posts forever, because Facebook is like, screw you. You didn't post on your page for months and months and months, and now you want to come back and start posting. So we're going to hide your posts from the world for a while until people start liking it and commenting on it. And then we're going to start letting other people see it. Yeah, Clarabelle?
Yeah. Like the other thing, I don't know if you have it on yours, Laurel, because I just went on Shannon's page really quick to see if she has it on hers. Like you can actually put like your works at, and you can put your like page in terms of like where you work at. Because I do that I have a like page for my photography. Mm-hmm. And so it says like works at like collection by Clarabelle. And like when you click on that, then it goes to my like page.
Yeah, I have mine actually says CEO at on my way from fat to fit. And it's, you're right. It does get people over there, because, as I've like added friends randomly on my personal page, I'm starting to see that those people are liking stuff on my like page. And I'm like, eh? And I'm like, oh, that's right. They found out about it through my personal profile says that's what I do. I'm a CEO at, and there's a link to my page. And so once I get to what like Allie Upham and all the top coaches who have maxed out their 5,000 friends, once I get to that point, what I will do, and what, you know, like I said, all those coaches do, is they actually put a picture on their personal page that says, I've moved. And it has like a little thing with the name of their, you know, public page. And so they like rarely even post on their personal page anymore. They just do their like page, but that's like once you're like 15-star diamonds, and you've like maxed out your 5,000 friends, and you've got a lot of people who know your name, that's when you can do something like that. Like right now, I'm just not there. I still have to post on both pages, and I still have to, you know, link them to like get people from my like page to that page, and from people from my personal page to my like page. So it's work, you know, it is work, but it's definitely helped me a lot as far as tapping outside of my warm market. So that's
it definitely inspired me to get mine going again. So that's gonna be my my task for the summer. Get my like page going again, and yeah.
Good for you. Yep. Just like I said, just boost it. I mean, it sucks having to pay money, but at this point, like that's Facebook is making it almost like impossible to get around that. And like I said, the only other way to get around it is to, get other like pages to give you shout outs, but then you're really not reaching your target audience. And so it's not as easy. Like at the end of the day, likes don't generate income. Like, if I have like 10,000 likes on my like page, that does not mean I have 10,000 challengers. That means I have 10,000 people I can potentially help. But that does not mean that I have 10,000 challengers. Likes equal ego. Likes do not equal income. So keep that in mind. Like, just because and I'm guilty of it. There's this one girl who's like, she just became a coach like 6 months ago, and she's already like a 1-star diamond. And she's like, she just got a call from Beachbody to come and do like, to do like a testimonial for T25, and she's just like rocking the crap out of her business, and like she always gets like 800 likes on her stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie, like I get like, oh, God, I don't even like her, like, but you know what? Just because she has like 800 likes on a post, it doesn't mean that she's at Success Club 10, or doesn't mean, it doesn't. None of that means anything. It just means the people liked your post. So yes, it gets you traction. Yes, it gets you a following. It gets you exposure. But we all know that at the end of the day, the way to get challengers is to interact with people, be nice, invite. Your like page is just a way to meet new people. It's not a guaranteed income source,
Okay, well, we're way over time, so I'm going to cut us loose for the night. But thank you so much for sharing. I took away a lot of good information. I'm definitely going to start implementing more on my like page. And I hope everyone else got some good info from it too. Thank you so much for sharing, Laurel.
Sure.
Great. Okay. Well, guys, we have less than a week left in June or in May. Good Lord, I'm trying to rush things in May. So go out there and hit it hard. Hit those goals. I know you guys can do it. I'm so excited to see where we end up. We will talk later, guys.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.